Right. In the last day, we got a different physical and logical security issues. Basically, under that, we discussed most of the logical issues by now. And we have to explore further and we have to learn about physical security threats. So the first one to discuss is a relevant topic, which is power failure. Right. Okay. What to do in such situation? So this is a physical security issue. A sudden power cut, power failure, or sudden power outage.
Like this type.
Yes. So what to do? Even high voltage. Yes, what are the solutions? What we can do to fix this issue? This is not our issue. This is from the electricity board anyway, but it can be our issue also. It can be due to some shortage or some other thing. So what is the solution? The solution number one is a fuse.
It's an uninterrupted power supply.
Yes. That is also another solution. That is UPS, uninterrupted power supply. How fuse can off? How fuse can work? A fuse has, please write down, a fuse has tiny wire or thin wire which will burn when there is high power. Then the system can tolerate. So that will burn. So I think you have seen this kind of fuse. Let me show. I'll give you a chance to write down. Fuse is this one. So there are different type of fuses. So you can see there's a thin wire inside this. And what will happen when there is high power, this thin wire will burn. And it will look like this after burn.
It will like look like after burning. It will be like disconnected the wire.
Yeah, it will disconnect the wire. That is what the burning means. So let's say burnt.
After burn, there are some dust signs in outer face.
Yeah, maybe dark, like you can see darkness, as well as the wire will be damaged. So wire will be damaged. Why? Because then this electricity cannot pass through the wire. So what will happen? Actually, it will protect our system, because the fuse is burned. Now electricity is not going through our system, so it will be protected. When there is high power, high voltage, or when there's short, fuse will first burn. So therefore, it will not transfer the current to the system, so system will be protected. So fuse is actually a kind of lifesaver, right? So he's burning, it's burning for ourselves, right? Because it's burning and protecting us. And the next thing is UPS, uninterruptible or uninterrupted power supply. Uninterrupted power supply. When there is a sudden power failure, it will give us a backup power to turn off our system safely. So don't think that UPS will give you like it's not giving you power continuously. For very short time, it can give the solution for very short time. Within this time, what you have to do is you have to properly shut down your computer. And within this time, during this period, what you have to do, you have to properly shut down. Right? You have to properly shut down your computer. So it will give 10 minutes backup time. Okay. So overheat. There is another way you can use. You can see use off-grid power backup solutions such as batteries, generators, and solar systems. So that will also help, right? Off-grid power backup. So you know what will happen otherwise if power fail, all the connection will stop, right? But it is not happening. So if you have a battery or something, you can keep the connection alive. නැත්තම් හිතන්නකෝ ඔය SLT letter, dialog letter, if their servers also down with the power cut, then you will not get the connection, right? But it is not happening because they are using power backup. Neither the dialog signals eva off වෙලා යන්නේ නැහැ. SLT signal, fiber signal eva off වෙන්නේ telephone lines. It will remain live. It will remain alive even after power cut. Why? Because so when there is a connection, when there is a power cut, if they fail, then their business will also go. Therefore, they will not turn their connection lines due to power cuts because they have off-grid and power backup solution like batteries, generators, and solar systems. Overheat. Yes.
Using cooling pad.
Sorry, I couldn't write the reasons for this. Yes, I couldn't write the reasons. So can be power failures from electricity board, short, we can say short circuit or leakages, thundering, lightning. Those are the possible causes for that, right? Lightning, leakages, or you can say maybe kaputas, hit wires, right? Something like that.
Kaputas.
So according to our politicians. Not actually the kaputas this time, Vaulas, no? Since you can say bats, a lot of bats are interfering with these power connections because when in the night, especially then these bats and all, when they hit these power lines, it can also damage. Overheat.
Using cooling pads.
Yes. What's the reason? Reason for overheat? Fans are not working. Reasons for overheat. Fans are not working. Unknown coin miners. Unknown coin miner viruses. Botnets. So can be reasons for overheat. So why? What will happen if unknown virus, a coin miner or botnet comes? It will use our processor power. Processor it will use our processor power secretly. Therefore, processor can generate more heat. So that is one thing. And maybe high temperature. Even power issues, power or battery issues. High temperature, battery issues, power issues. That can be also a reason for high temperature. Environmental factors. Even fire. Environmental factors and even the fire can cause. So, okay, so what are the solutions? As you say, cooling pads, cooling fans, heat sinks,
Cooler.
thermal paste. Then
Cool.
air conditioners, why not? Fans. For cooling fans already mentioned, air conditioners. These are the solution.
Excuse me, sir.
Check wires for leakages.
Some loops.
Check for fire and use fire extinguishers when necessary.
The liquid cooler.
Just liquid coolers, then all that can also be there. You know fire extinguishers, right? Fire extinguishers are this, like, you know, that red color one.
Yes, sir.
That red color fire protective that has carbon dioxide. This one. This is fire extinguisher. It can be used to create dry ice even. Dry ice දාන්න the weddings වල එහෙම දාන්න ලස්සනට දුම යන්න දාන්න දැකලා තියෙනවා. In the weddings, have you seen that, like, there is a tradition in wedding, kiri color?
Yes, sir.
There's a tradition. So people used to put water to that pots, and then pots suddenly emit kind of gas. That is carbon dioxide. How it is done? Basically using a dry ice or dry carbon dioxide is put into the pots. Then when you put water into these pots, it will suddenly emit this fog. It's used for fog systems, right? Dry ice. Dry ice can be produced using this liquid carbon dioxide also. You have to use a cloth, but don't do this alone. Use with, maybe take help from one of your adults, maybe father or some adult. So you can, if you have a fire extinguisher, put a cotton cloth and cover the emission node with that cotton cloth and emit it. Then in this cotton cloth, you can see dry ice. I have done that. That dry ice, you can put it into a glass and put water, then you can see the fog. Right? So it can be used as
You have told this before.
sorry?
You have told about dry ice before.
I have said it in the last class, right? I think, yes, this can be done, right? This can be done for emitting a fog. And it is killing, it's not to actually emit fog, it's to kill the fire, basically. Anyway, please write down fire extinguishers. So these to kill fire, air conditioners, and you can check the wires, batteries for leakages. Coin miner, so this is a coin miner. This crypto tab browser is a coin miner. But it is not a virus, right? Like a virus, it's not a virus. It's actually, I knew that this is a coin miner and I have just tried by my own. And so when you click on this crypto tab, see, it start mining the coins. But the thing is, when start mining the coins, you can see here, when it mining the coin, it uses our processor. These coins are kind of currency. Coins it's a currency, type of anonymous currency. It's currency. So this is Bitcoin to rupees. So if you convert this to LKR or rupees, you can see a Bitcoin cost, right? This is Indian rupees, 2.9 Indian rupees, whereas in Sri Lankan rupees, it is 9.9. It is 9.9 million. Eka coin එකක් වෙනවා million 9ක්. Million 10ක්. 10 million. So that is the value of this Bitcoin. So what will happen? how these coin miner viruses are working. When the coin miner virus come to our computer, it start using our processor. Our processor is always showing some high value, 99% usage, 99% usage in the processor. That is doubtful because you are not using your processor. Then who uses the processor? Who use the processor? So that is the doubt come to your head, right? ඔයාගේ processor එක ඔයා use කරන්නේ නැත්නම් කවුද use කරන්නේ? Who's using your processor? That doubt should be there in your head. Actually, who's using your processor is this coin miner. It's trying to mine coins. ඇත්තටම එතනදි කරන්නේ this coin miners. This is bit complex පුතේ. සමහර විට තේරෙයි. තේරුම් නැත්නම් වැඩි හිතන්න එපා. syllabus එකේ නැහැ. This is not.
Sir, why they can't use the server processors?
They are using them, but they are costly නේ. එතකොට අපේ computer එකට ආවම අපේ processor එකක් use කරන්න පුළුවන්. It can use our processor and it is basically solving a complex mathematical algorithm. Complex math question එකක් solve කරනවා. It's solving a complex mathematical problem. So if it solve this problem, it will get a gift. Make a solve කරොත් එයාට gift එකක් හම්බ වෙනවා. Gift is a bitcoin. Not a single bitcoin, maybe 0.001 bitcoins, but still valuable, right? When it solve the problem, it will get money. This money, these coin miner viruses will transfer to the virus owner's account. The coin miner viruses will transfer this money to virus owner's account. Virus එක හදපු කෙනාගේ account එකට තමයි සල්ලි යන්නේ.
So then we don't get.
If you can't get, right? But if you are using a coin miner for yourself, you can get that. But the thing is, if there is a virus will definitely transfer that to the coin miner's account. So එතකොට මේ virus යවන කට්ටිය මොකද කරන්නේ? They will spread millions of viruses to everywhere, and these viruses are everywhere mining coins. Ultimately, what will happen? Your processor will be heat. Your processor will generate the heat. It will be used, and the coin miner will get the money. Right? So that is what happened. So don't think much about that if you don't know, but just write down. The overheat can be due to virus even. ඔයාගේ fan එක තදට නිකන් හයියෙන් තදින් කැරකෙනවා නම් and your processor usage is really high, please think about that also, maybe a virus. If not, check whether is there dust or cleaning dust. That is also a cleaning dust in fans. Cleaning dust in fans.
Sir, how to find that virus in a computer? Coin mining virus?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
How to find that coin mining virus?
You have to scan with it for viruses. Suspicious programs, you can scan for viruses. Okay, so another thing is theft. So this is also a physical security issue, right? Overheat is security issue, and theft is also a physical security issue. So what can be done for theft? You can use lock and keys. The reason you know. The reason for theft. None other than the willful damage, right? Willful damage. හිතලානේ කරන්නේ. ජොලියට හොරකම් කරන්නේ නැහැ නේ. අහම්බෙන් හොරකම් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. So willful damage by people. For some reason, maybe for terrorism, for some reason they are doing willful damages. Maybe they want financial gain or they want to revenge. එක පලි ගන්න නැත්නම් මොන හරි ආර්ථික වාසියකට එහෙම තමයි කරන්නේ. Revenge, financial gain, something like that. Okay, so one of the solutions, lock and keys. Anything else? Closed circuit televisions. You know what is that? Closed circuit television is CCTV, right?
CCTV.
Closed circuit television, CCTV. Then what else? Security systems, fingerprints,
biometric security.
biometrics, such as face, iris recognition, even voice recognition. And
So what is iris recognition?
so iris is, you know, this iris which is there in the eye, that is more accurate than fingerprints. Iris is a unique thing in your eye, not this this part, right? It's called iris. Here.
So does it change person to person?
Yes, of course. The iris is unique. It's unique thing, person to person. A unique iris is there. So that is more accurate than the fingerprint. So as scientists believe, it is unique. Right? So therefore, iris
So how can we use that?
you can use image processing, a web camera to recognize that. Or web camera or special camera. When you open your eye, it will scan your eye and recognize. High resolution camera is needed.
So there is a specific camera called IR camera, no?
That is infrared camera.
For this recognition?
Not just for this. IR cameras are used for different purposes. It can also be used. Okay, then anything else? What about watchdogs? Murasunakan. You know this wow wow pelos. Pelos and Felice. Wow use karan pulu. Watchdogs. They are using as pets as well as security mechanism, right? Watchdogs. Security officers. Safe lockers. Sealed rooms, etc. So you can use that for securing insect and animals. The reason, food, they are searching for food or shelter. Don't provide it, right? They are looking for food or shelter. So solution, don't provide. So if there is a shelter, they will come. If there's food, there are food, they will come. So if there are no food, no shelter, they won't come. So how to do that? Avoid taking meals, beverages inside your lab. Why it is bad? Because it is inviting these insects and animals. Rats will
Use your computer regularly?
Yes, you can clean the environment and computers regularly. You need to do that. So you can use insect proof nets, sealed rooms, and approved insect repellent. Those things can be used. But don't use all these things which is like given for your home environment. Some are bad for the machines, right? This insect repellent and all. So always be concerned, because whether it can be used inside, so it can be more smart in fast kill and all. Don't use those things inside the lab. That is not to use in the labs. Water, liquid, salty air. Again, stop taking water, beverages. into labs. Seal rooms and air condition. Another thing is seal rooms and air condition them. Another thing that you can do is clean regularly. Okay, these are the things that you can do to protect from the salty water or liquids. Maintain low humidity. High voltage, we have already discussed. Willful damage like theft, terrorism, we discussed. And natural disasters. Use anti-theft mechanisms discussed above. So you can use same mechanisms. You can keep the backups. But keep backups. And disaster recovery mechanisms. So that is because like we can't avoid them, right? Willful damage we can avoid by using anti-theft algorithm, but can we avoid a volcano? Can we avoid a hurricane, or can we avoid tsunami? No, we can't, because these are natural disasters, unplanned. So we can't, but it is better to keep backups.
So can we use GPS trackers?
GPS
Trackers for
What?
track the thieves.
devices, theft. Yes, GPS trackers can also be option. It's anti-theft option. Okay, Pute, finish writing. Or still doing? We have to do one more task. Actually, there are some malicious software. We need to explain each and everything of them. So that is the last part. And yeah, one more thing. We need to discuss about this anti-malware tools and other like mechanisms which can be used to protect from logical security of data, right? So let's learn about them quickly, and I'm going to copy. This note is already there, but the thing is we have to match it. We have to organize it, and that's a problem. Finish writing or still doing?
Yes, sir.
Finish. Okay.
No, sir.
No. Right. Okay. I'll give you 2 minutes. Just finish it. Right. Lesson has a lot of theories. It has new terms. Some students I know they are really struggling because right. Okay. Trojan horse. Do you know about the Trojan horse? Do you know about the Trojan horse? I explained this early in the class also. If you are not there in the class, let me explain. So this is Trojan horse. So this is there in some films also. Okay. Now you can remember, right? This is there in some films also. So
Sir, the Trojan horse is in a Greek and Roman story.
Yeah, it's there, right? Because when these like two armies or two kind of two countries were fighting in this war, and generally I'm telling the story generally, so not specific to the particular country. Two countries were fighting, and one party won the war. Actually, you know, after winning the war, that people who won the war, they were celebrating their victory. Right? They were celebrating their victory and they drink and sleep then. So actually that time the enemies, they don't want to lose. They were planning what to do, because we lose, we don't want to lose. They were not still accepted their loss. So what they have done, they have planned something and they have sent this Trojan horse as a gift to the winning party. Right? They have sent this Trojan horse as a gift. Gift එකක් විදියට මේක යවුවා to the winning party. So they send this from anonymously. Right? Then the people thought, this is really gift from kind of friendly army in some other country. They thought this is a gift from a friendly army from other country. They accepted that. And
Inside the horse.
yes, after that they were really celebrating, and in the night they were sleeping. At the time that they were sleeping, inside this horse there were some soldiers, enemy soldiers hidden. They came out. They came out from this horse and start attacking the city and captured the soldiers and captured the city, and finally they won the war. By doing that, that was a war tactic. That was a war strategy. Actually, what is happening in this, why Trojan was there in this virus world or the malicious software world? Because some software seems to be useful, but there is a hidden malware inside a useful tool. So you call that a Trojan horse, a hidden malware inside a useful tool. So what is spyware? Spyware is like basically it's trying to grab, you can copy and paste, right? If you have the note, you can just copy and paste, don't need to write. Spyware secretly grabbing your sensitive information. So what are the sensitive information? Such as passwords, PIN numbers, maybe authenticated tokens such as cookies. So anyway, you don't know these things much, so don't think much. Anyway, authentication tokens, that means when you log into some website, right? When you log into some website, they will save your login. So let's say you have logged into your Facebook or you have logged into Gmail, they will save your login. ඊළඟ දවසේ log වෙනකොට Gmail එකේ log out උනේ නැත්තම් they will keep the saved login. So they can get that authentication tokens. That saved login they can obtain. That is called hijacking. Right? They can take the saved login and use for their used in their computers. That is called hijacking. Viruses, you know that. It's simple. It's a self-replicating tool which is misusing our resources. No need to write down, just copy paste. Self-replicating tools which choose our misuse the resources and change the functionalities of the computer. Adware. What is that? Adware. Adware is displaying unwanted advertisement and let you navigate to those pages. It is especially there in websites. What can be in applications too. Application la තියෙනවානේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ download කරන්න පුතේ. When you are downloading games and all, so these games are displaying advertisements, right? Mobile games. These mobile games, you actually display advertisements. So one example, if you want to download, let's say you want to download something, a paid software for free, Photoshop, free download. You want to download Photoshop for free. But then you go, okay, you want to download illegal version, cracked version. Illegal Photoshop download karagano. Illegal version of software you want to download. Then what will happen when you want to download illegal version of software? You just go and click these. Then what you can see? Then you can see some download, set up, all these things. But when you click that, sometimes, yeah, it's displaying here some advertisements. I don't want to see any advertisements, but it's displaying advertisements. Here also it's displaying some other advertisements. Some advertisements you can see here. Some are original, some advertisements, don't know why. But this is anyway, this is not advertisement, by the way, but if you click that, sometimes, no, it's not. This is somewhat okay, somewhat acceptable, no advertisements, but mostly there can be, let's go to this one, practice of some few websites, and you can see here download now button is there, and it's also safe, looks safe. This also, click here to download, and you click. Okay, you can see, right? It's showing attackers are trying to get you information cards, likewise. Showing warning signs, you can see these are some advertisements, and here these are some advertisements where you don't want to see, but still display. So likewise, if you try to do something illegal, mostly these advertisements comes. Or if you try to get something for free, mostly these advertisements will come. Worms. Worms it's like real worm, right? It's self-replicating and spreading by replicating. It's waste in the storage. Worms ලා දැකලා තියෙනවනේ ඇත්ත 50ත් එහෙමනේ එක්කෙනෙක් ගියාම 50 100ක් විතර හැදෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ 1000ක් විතර හැදෙනවා. So similar to that, this worm kind of viruses are replicating. So it's always replicating. Indefinitely it's replicating. Infinitely it's replicating. Continuously replicating. Rootkits. Rootkits. Rootkit is a kind of hardware level virus which can even attack firmware, and which can even attack firmware. Firmware means manufacturer install software, system software. It's very dangerous because it can be there in a chip level virus. Chip virus. So virus can be included into a memory chip, something can be included there. Trapdoor or backdoor is a hidden entrance, mostly used by hackers. Mostly used by hackers, right? Because hackers can later come and attack. Sniffers. It's secretly reading or weaving your network messages. Spams, sending unsolicited messages, unwanted or unwelcome messages. You don't want that, but still you are getting messages due to this. So hoaxes are fake antivirus. Actually, this is a virus. Virus acting as an antivirus. It's like a thief or robber acting like policeman. Right, a dangerous situation. Phishing tool try to set a trap and grab your information. Especially try to attack on financial data. Try to get your PIN numbers, password, account details, credit cards, those things, phishing. Okay, Pute, let's write down this. I know this is a lengthier note, but we have to finish the lesson. That's why I just want you to go through this. I know you are so silent. Hopefully, you are writing it down, or maybe you're just copying and pasting. Don't know. So anyway, finish this. It's really required. Anything unclear, please ask now. If anything unclear, please ask now. That's a valid point. Because if it comes with the hardware, let's say Bitcoin mining viruses coming with your laptop motherboard, then what to do? You can't do anything, right? You have to change the motherboard now. So that is normally that is unlikely going to happen. You are not going to change the motherboard of your computer because of the slowness. But so these attackers are hackers. These people are sometimes they are blaming these people, saying that they have planted rootkits inside the motherboards and sending us. Then it's used in your yes.
So like what brands does this rootkits contain?
Don't know. So there are Chinese copies sometimes. Sometimes I can't say that is only like it's a kind of argument, because rootkit is not doing anything to your computer. It's not damaging, but getting some gain. Maybe it can use part of your processor to mine these bitcoins. Then no harm to you, but ultimately your processor will get heat, and also you will spend some time, unwanted time, on mining data, where mining bitcoins where you don't even earn from that. The rootkit owner is earning from that. That's the thing. So there are checks going on, because people have to investigate and identify that. It's not easy to check rootkits just using the software.
So can't we remove them?
If it is in the hardware, it's very difficult to remove, right? You have to change the hardware, maybe. You have to change the hardware to remove it sometimes. Sometimes it's possible to flash it, but not most of the times. You need to change the hardware. Okay, I hope we are done with that. And what remains after this is about the logical security mechanism. We need to discuss actually the workbook. Now we are done with this lesson. We need to discuss the workbook, authentication, backups. So, and this is related to workbook, right? I have given the note. The remaining part is related to the workbook. So we can finish that by next week. We can finish the workbook, and also we can finish this section by next week. Okay, then good night. See you all next week.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Say goodbye. Good night.